Unnatural for a parent to bury a child. I have two kids. I can't imagine, so we need help. We need prayers. We need support from the community. Anything.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. 23-year-old Khira McKinley was young, vibrant, and gorgeous. Her beautiful chocolate brown skin was flawless, and she had eyes that could light up an entire room. Khira was a single mother of a 2-year-old son. She was completely in love with her baby boy. She often joked about how bad he was on Facebook, or she would just post pictures of the two of them together. Although things didn't work out with the child's father, and they didn't get along at all, Khira made it her first priority to be the very best mother that she could be for her son. Khira was a very private person, so little is known about her personal life, but what we know for sure is that at some point she got into a relationship with 27-year-old Jerome Davis. The two weren't together long, and her family had no idea that she was even in a relationship, but Khira and Jerome were hot and heavy. And the tragic death of Khira's brother, Kenneth Armstrong, on June 20th of 2019 brought the two even closer together. You see, Kenneth, her brother, was at a community pool with friends when he got into an altercation with another man who pulled a gun on him and shot him dead. Khira was in mourning and completely devastated at the loss of her brother. That might be what drove her into the arms of Jerome so quickly, which turned out to be a deadly mistake. On July 4th of 2019, police responded to a call about a woman being slumped over in a vehicle. A couple leaving for work that morning noticed that their car had been hit by another car. So when they checked the vehicle closest to theirs, they discovered 23-year-old Khira McKinley inside of her vehicle, dead from apparent gunshot wounds.
At 11 o'clock, many of us would say it's unnatural for your child to die before you. But what if two of your children were murdered within 3 weeks in two separate crimes? This is merely the latest headline in Charlotte's violent crime rate in 2019. The statistics are staggering. 61 homicides in this city in a little more than 6 months. One of the most recent being a woman named Khira McKinley, found dead in a car on July 4th. She'd been shot. Police are still looking for her killer. Tonight, we learn her brother was Kenneth Armstrong, the man shot at a pool in late June on the right side of your screen. Someone has been charged in his death. Well, tonight, their mom came out with a message across her T-shirt and friends by her side. Alex Giles was at this gathering. He is live now. I mean, it's pretty hard to imagine her mindset, Alex.
Molly, exactly. She's been through a lot in just the time of a month, not even a month, actually. She said she did not want to talk to reporters tonight, but as you noted, her T-shirt had a clear message. Across the top was written, "Stop the violence." Surrounded by loved ones, this grieving mother mourned the loss of her second child in less than a month. Dozens of people gathered to honor the life of Khira McKinley. Her aunt spoke for the family Wednesday night.
She was only 23 years old. She has a 2-year-old son. This type of loss, no one can prepare for it.
Investigators say McKinley's body was found in a car on Oakwinds Court in North Charlotte. They say she had died from a gunshot wound, but right now it's unknown who fired the shot.
For Khira, we're just really looking for her killer. If anyone has any information that they could give the police, we'd be more than happy.
Happiness has likely been hard to come by for this family as of late. Just a couple weeks before McKinley's death, her brother, Kenneth Armstrong, was shot and killed near a community pool in a neighborhood near Matthews. Police have already cracked that case. 21-year-old Tadarin McDonald has been charged with Armstrong's murder, but no amount of police work will bring back the two young lives that were taken.
It's unnatural for a parent to bury a child. I have two kids. I can't imagine, so we need help. We need prayers. We need support from the community. Anything.
Community support is one thing they weren't lacking Wednesday night. The same messages we've heard a lot recently were preached again. People need to change their lives. The killing needs to stop.
We're concerned with the violence in the city. My niece and nephew did not have to die. No parent should lose two children within 2 weeks of each other.
That family member we spoke with said that they have not heard a lot of information about the police investigating these crimes. However, she did say they've been told there's no connection between the killings of the two siblings. If you know anything about the death of Khira McKinley, please contact Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in West Charlotte, Alex Giles, WBTV.
It took police over a month to charge Jerome, but after they investigated fully, they found that Khira was in the car with Jerome on July 4th of 2019, and he was the one that pulled the trigger. Thankfully, on August 5th of 2019, Jerome was arrested and charged with murder. The case dragged its way through the justice system, and COVID slowed the process down by years. All the while, Khira's family was left trying to process the fact that they had lost 2 family members within 2 weeks of each other. Finally, on July 14th of 2023, Jerome accepted a plea deal. He pled guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to between 10 and 13 years in prison. By this time, he had already been locked up for 4 years, so he could be released in as little as 6.5 years. Khira's family agreed to the plea deal because they just wanted to put the tragedy behind them. It had dragged on long enough.
Only on 9, long-awaited justice for the family of this mother killed in North Charlotte. It's been 4 years since Khira McKinley was murdered.
Today, her boyfriend at the time pled guilty to her murder. Channel 9's veteran crime reporter Glenn Counts is live at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. And Glenn, this is such a tragic case. You talked to McKinley's family today after court.
Well, Evan, this has been a very tough 4 years for this family, but at least now they no longer have to worry about the fate of the man who took the life of their loved one. Jerome Davis Jr. shot and killed his girlfriend one day before his birthday. That was back on July the 4th of 2019. The victim, Khira McKinley, was just 27 and a mother. Her son was 2 back then. Today, 6-year-old Khira was in court as Davis was sentenced. Do you think he's a bad man?
Yes, he is. He killed my mommy.
It has been a long 4 years for the family. The murder occurred about 6 months before the pandemic, and the courts, in effect, shut down for 2 years.
Hard. It's really been hard. I mean, it's not a day that goes by that we don't think about Khira.
McKinley was shot and killed in a car off Oakwind's court. Davis pleaded guilty to second-degree murder today and was sentenced to between 10.5 to 13.5 years in prison. He will get credit for spending almost 4 years in jail and could be out in as little as 6.5 years.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. He should be in there for life.
But after a lengthy 4 years, due in part by the pandemic, the family didn't want to wait longer for a trial.
We was ready to get it over with. Because, I mean, it's been 4 years. And we're tired. And I know her mom is tired.
The district attorney's office has been chipping away at the backlog.
So, yeah, it's a challenge. But we never lose sight of our responsibility to the community to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Of course, a final day in court doesn't bring Khira back, and her family says they have to live with that.
I just love her
Because I really miss her. We miss her. So, I couldn't do this.
Well, Davis did apologize to the family and said that he did not mean to kill Khira. Of course, the family is not buying that because they say if that was the case, why did he shoot her? Reporting live from the Mecklenburg County Courthouse, Glenn Counts, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
My heart goes out to Khira's family. 2 murders in 2 weeks is just too much. And although Jerome's sentence was minimal at best, I hope they are able to find some relief. The crazy thing about this case is the question of why was never answered. We still don't know to this day exactly what happened in the vehicle. I do know that less than 10 days before the murder, Khira posted this on Facebook, and it read in part, "Women, please be careful this summer riding around in the car with these guys. These men be into stuff and won't tell you nothing. You riding around chilling, relaxed, thinking you vibing, and all of a sudden, you taking your last breath. The guy survives, and he starts vibing with another girl the next day. Meanwhile, your family and kids is sick and mourning you." And she was so right. Wow, it's just such a tragic story. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, please create an out plan and use the quickest, safest way possible to get out. And once you're out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content.